be mindful of your time, and we do want to thank you for joining us today. We have been having or hosting information sessions throughout the summer, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to join us for some of our general sessions, which discuss topics such as applying for graduate school, funding opportunities, and different issues like that. If you haven't already done so, then I invite you to consider joining us in the future. Um, we do list upcoming sessions on our website, and I'm sure that my colleague Shira Seller will go ahead and add that into the chat box so that you can reference that for future sessions. But I don't want to take up too much of the time here today, because today is actually a Thursday takeover. And so we have invited members of our academic programs to join us so that they can share the program highlights, maybe provide some information about research that's going on, industry practices, and what their application process looks like. And so I wanted to welcome Ms. Alice Milagre from our Global Affairs program, who will be sharing highlights and features of the program with you this morning. Thank you, Alice, for joining us.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Alice Milagre. I'm the recruiter for the Master of Arts in Global Affairs, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the program. I'll ask you that if you have questions, feel free to type it in the chat, or at the end, when I'm done with the presentation that we have prepared, you can then talk on the mic, also if you want to ask a few questions. And before I start, I also want to mention that we are currently still admitting for this upcoming fall and for the spring. So if you're interested in pursuing your master's right now, you can still submit an application. So what is the Master of Arts in Global Affairs? The Master in Global Affairs is designed for recent graduates and working professionals interested in careers in the global marketplace. It explores important topics in international affairs, security, development, sustainability, business, cybersecurity, and crime and justice. The program emphasizes the importance of experiential learning and networking while providing a solid foundation for our students. Basically, what this means is that, first of all, in our cohorts, you will see that our students, they are a good mix between students who just graduated from the bachelor's degree and they are coming straight into graduate school, as well as people who have been working for a few years and they are now coming back to get their graduate degree. So we have a good mix of age and also experience, which makes it very interesting for your graduate school experience, and also when you're doing group projects and networking, and in the sense of different topics that you're going to learn in this program. The program is interdisciplinary, so your faculty is going to come from all over FIU. Most of the faculty come from the School of International and Public Affairs, but we also have faculty that come from the College of Business, the College of Law, the College of Engineering. So depending on the class and the subject, we pick our faculty based on their expertise and their experience. Finally, the program does emphasize a lot on the importance of experiential learning and networking. So first of all, in your classes, you're going to be learning not only theory, but current events. Some cases will be based on real world issues, on things that are happening now. And we do networking events throughout the semester. I do plan one networking event that is called the alumni networking event, where I bring alumni, current students and prospect students together. You get to exchange business cards with each other, information, learn where they're working, how they got their job. We also do professional development seminars where we bring guest speakers, and after they're done doing their lecture, you get an opportunity to talk to them, to meet with them, exchange again business cards, contact information. So the program does give you an opportunity to network while you are in school. I'm sorry. We have 4 different academic tracks that you can choose from. The first one is Globalization and Security. This is our oldest track and the most popular one. It examines traditional geopolitical threats as well as near security risks that transcend state boundaries, impacting individuals, societies, and the international system as a whole. So this track examines any type of security issue that you can think of that has developed due to globalization. Usually when we think about security issues, we tend to think of homeland security, human rights violations, terrorism, but actually you can end up studying anything in security due to globalization, such as the current health crisis, for example, or climate change. This track is traditionally face-to-face. This upcoming fall, it's going to be remote due to the coronavirus situation. But in the future, if you were to sign up for this track, they meet twice a week face-to-face on campus. Our next track is International Crime and Justice. It is a partnership with the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice, and it examines the areas of domestic and international crime and justice issues by equipping students with expertise that cut across transnational crime and justice issues, national security, public policy, and international organizational missions. This track, you can think of it as a mix between an international relations degree and a criminal justice degree. It is fully online. It is our second most popular track, and most of the faculty does come from the Department of Criminal Justice. So it is a very interesting track if you're interested in those issues, because you will learn about criminal justice at the international level. Next, we have International Development, which is a partnership with the Department of Economics. This is our most quantitative track. So if you like numbers, analyzing data, spreadsheets, this will be the track for you. It examines the main development challenges the world faces today, while preparing students to address these issues in a data-driven world and devising solutions based on solid empirical evidence. Now, this track is going to be launched next year, so it's not available just yet. And finally, our last track is Cybersecurity and Technology Policy. That's the only track that starts in the spring. So if you're interested in studying in the spring, this will be the track for you. And it examines cybersecurity and emerging technologies and the broader policy implications in an increasingly interconnected world, while preparing students in a variety of areas such as computer sciences, law, ethics, business, and international relations. Now, this track is also fully online. And it is a partnership with the Jack D. Gordon Institute for Public Policy. I get often asked if you need to have a background in IT or computer science. You don't, because this track will prepare you with everything that you need to know with the basics of computer science, and also it just focuses on the policy aspect. Program features. So our program is cohort-based, meaning everybody that starts the program with you will move along with you and graduate with you. You're always going to have the same classmates. It is a lockstep curriculum. You take 3 classes per semester every semester. You don't pick your classes. We actually register you for your classes. You don't have to worry about registration. It is completed in 2 years, but only 4 semesters. There's no classes in the summer. So let's say if you start in the fall with one of our fall tracks, you would do fall, spring, no classes in the summer, fall, spring again, and then you graduate. And the reason we do that is because, like I mentioned, some of our students, they are working professionals, so they want to have a break in the summer. And the ones that are not working, we encourage them to get an internship in that summer or do a national security certificate or something that can complement their resume. The classes for the in-person tracks are held 1 evening a week and on Saturdays. For the online classes, as long as you log in and submit your assignments by the deadline, you can log in at any time. You have a capstone research project instead of a master thesis. And to me, I always say that this is the highlight of the program and what differentiates our program from any other program. Usually in traditional master program, you do a master thesis where you write a 30 to 60 pages research paper. But in our program, instead of doing that, on your last semester, you get assigned to a company or a private, or a nonprofit organization or federal agency. And they will give you a topic that they're facing issues with, and you're responsible for coming up with solutions or recommendations. So you still write a paper, but it's actually a real world issue that you work on. You're doing consultancy work for them that you can put on your resume, and it looks really good when you put that on your resume, because the agencies that we work with, they're either big federal agencies or they're big private companies. Also, you get to work with another student, so you don't have to do this by yourself. And you get assigned a faculty mentor from FIU. So you're going to have someone throughout the semester who's going to be guiding you, reading your drafts, telling you how you're doing. So just so you can have an idea, last semester, the graduating class worked with Department of Homeland Security, FBI, the Airport of Miami, Royal Caribbean, Raymond James. So again, it's either like big private companies or big federal agencies. Once you put that on your resume, it looks good. You get to network with the people from the agencies because you will have a mentor, and you get to present it on the last week of the semester for a grade. We also have professional development seminars. And what that is that throughout the semester, instead of coming to class one day and having a regular class lecture, you have a guest speaker who is going to teach you topics such as leadership skills, budget management, grant writing, how to handle the media, presentation skills, and other topics that you can actually use on the workplace. And we have an in-house career and talent development office. So instead of going through FIU Central Career Office with all the other students, we have one person dedicated just to our students. And she's amazing. She has about 20 years of experience. She can help you with everything from writing your resume to writing a cover letter to creating a LinkedIn page. If you get a job interview, you can come a week before and do a mock interview with her. She's available by email, by phone, in-person appointments. It's truly a value-added feature of our program. So admission requirements. If you're interested in applying, the first thing you have to do is fill out an online application. You don't have to have all your documents when you submit the online application. If you have some of them, you can submit your online application and then email the rest to us. You need to have completed your bachelor's degree, a 3.0 GPA in upper division credits. Let's say you have a 2.9. You can still apply and apply for a waiver. You need to have your official transcripts. If you graduated from FIU, we don't need your official transcripts. We can pull them from the system. You need 2 letters of recommendation. One of them needs to be from an instructor. The other one can be from a supervisor. If you did volunteering activities, it can be also from somebody who supervised you in that. You need a statement of purpose. The statement of purpose is an essay with a minimum of 750 words where you explain why you would like to pursue the program. You say a little bit about your background. What was your bachelor's degree on? If you did any type of activity, extracurricular activity, volunteering activity. What kind of career goals do you have? How do you think the program can help you get to those career goals that you have? And your resume. We do not require the GRE or the GMAT or any other type of entrance exam. So where are our students employed? That's another very common question that we get. We are very proud to say that 90% of our students are employed at graduation or soon after. And these are some of the job titles, the most common job titles, and the agencies where they go on to work in the government and multilateral sector. And this is in the private sector. So as you can see, there is a series of different possible jobs. It really just depends on how you build your resume throughout the program and what kind of career you're interested in. Also, the program has been ranked among the top 40 programs for policy careers in the world, and this is by Foreign Policy Magazine. We're very proud of this achievement. Most of the other programs that are among the top 40, they are triple the price of our program. So this speaks highly for the work that our faculty has been doing and the jobs that our alumni have been getting. So I would like to now take some questions if anybody has some questions. Feel free to unmute your microphone if you want to ask the question or type in the chat. Okay, so someone asked if you can transfer credits to any of these programs. I believe you can transfer up to 6 credits into the program. So if you have credits that you have done in graduate school or another master's program. But since the program is a lockstep curriculum program, you won't be able to transfer a lot of credits into the program. The maximum will be 6. You have to get approval from the department, and they will have to see if any of the classes that you already took are equivalent to any of the classes that you will be taking in the program. Are there any scholarships or graduate assistantships available? We do not offer graduate assistantships, but we do have 3 different department scholarships. They are all merit-based. So one of them is if you have a 3.5 GPA or above, you can apply to it. And as long as you qualify, you will get it. It does not cover everything. It is not a full scholarship, but it will help with some. All you have to do is you go to our website, which I'm going to type right now on the chat, is maga.fiu.edu. And you go to the /financial aid page, and you'll find the information on how to apply for that scholarship. Now, the other 2 scholarships, you need to have a 3.75 GPA, and you submit, I believe it's like an essay and some other requirements, and then they select 1 student for each one of those scholarships, and they have a set award amount. Now, the nice thing about being a department scholarship is that it only belongs to our students, so you're not competing with all FIU students, and it's worth to apply every time you see a scholarship opportunity. So someone asked if I would recommend someone to have work experience before applying. Absolutely not. You do not need to have work experience before applying. Like I mentioned at the beginning, our cohort, I could say that is almost literally 50% students who have work experience and 50% students who do not have work experience. Now, what I do recommend is that if you do not have work experience, to use that summer between year 1 and year 2 to get an internship. And we have partnerships. We have amazing partnerships. One of our partners is the Washington Center, where you can get an internship in Washington, D.C. during the summer, doing amazing work in any type of organization depending on your interest, like human rights, political organizations, so that you can get some type of work experience during the program. Now, you don't have to wait until the summer. If you're interested in doing an internship during the fall or the spring, Nelly Leon, who is our Assistant Director for Career and Talent Development, she can help you get an internship so you can do it during the program as well. It is important to have in mind that you need to build your resume while you are still in the program and not waiting until graduation. But certainly you do not need work experience before starting the program. Someone asked if this program is exclusive for policy, or does it hold transferable skills for public affairs and communications? So the program is not exclusive for policy. It is a program in global affairs, actually. So you can think of it as an interdisciplinary program. You will learn skills. I'll go back here in the presentation. You will learn skills in international affairs, in security, in development, sustainability, business, cybersecurity, and crime and justice. One of the biggest skills that you will learn is how to properly write, how to write a report. You will learn presentation skills. You will definitely learn communication skills. There is a class just on that. So you can end up in any type of career in the public sector or even in the private sector, depending on your career interest. Someone asked, can any of my recommendation letters be from a supervisor outside the university, even though I just graduated? Yes, so you need to submit 2 recommendation letters. One of them should be from a professor, but the other one can be from a supervisor.
Okay, so if there are no further questions, then I think I'd like to give one more round of applause for Ms. Milagre and her presentation. It was very informative. Thank you. We know sometimes questions do come up after you've left the session. So that's not a problem. Both Ms. Milagre, I'm sure, welcome any follow-up questions. And if you have questions in terms of the general application process, we just want to remind you that we are also available. I failed to introduce ourselves in the beginning, but I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Admissions, and Shira Zeller, my colleague, is the graduate recruiter for our office. As she likes to say, we're a small team, but we're mighty. And so I'm sure that she'll be typing in or adding into the chat box our email address as well, just as a reminder, should you have any questions going forward. But I'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning and setting aside a little bit of time to learn about the opportunities that we have available at FIU, and that you should take advantage of if you see this as a potential benefit for you. And we hope you do. Thank you.